Welcome to Simply Cooking with Jed, Season 3. Today cooking with me is Rob Richard and along with Paulette Kid, and we're going to cook up some kimchi and also some bulgogi, which is a Korean barbecue pork. And Rob, first of all, tell us what do you do?
I'm a teacher at Notre Dame High School here in Woodstock.
Yeah, and what do you teach?
Mostly science and social sciences.
I see you play basketball sometimes. Is that a hobby or is it a?
I have coached a lot of teams here in Woodstock. I run the summer men's league, and but mostly now I coach the Notre Dame Wrestling Club.
Great. So, how many students will be in your class?
It varies from about 20 to maybe 4 or 5 kids.
Okay, so it's a smaller classroom setting in Notre Dame, correct?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long have you been teaching?
Going into my 8th year.
8th year.
Yeah.
So you started when you were 15.
And a half. 15
and a half. And Rob, too, congratulations! You recently had a little boy.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. And no, Rob. So we're gonna cook some Korean style cooking today. Have you ever tasted any Korean style cooking?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But, yeah.
Okay. So a lot of stuff that we do is barbecue grilling and kimchi, which is a raw salad, and we'll talk about that, the nutritional value in a minute there. And it's good to have kimchi with the meat, and helps to break down the food better. And Paulette will tell us later about the value of eating raw kimchi and the probiotics and all that stuff. All right. So okay, let's get going here. So we're gonna get you to peel some carrots today, and then we're gonna get the garlic going. So Paulette, maybe you can tell us about the nutritional value and what is the advantage of eating kimchi and with the food.
Yeah, so kimchi is made with cabbage. So first of all, cabbage is a cruciferous vegetable, which is one of those in that family with cauliflower and broccoli. So those are really good for fighting cancer. Lots of antioxidants. And you're also eating it raw. Kimchi is normally fermented, but it's considered a raw vegetable. So you're getting live enzymes in there, and that helps you to digest your food. But also the process of fermentation creates probiotics in the food. So probiotics are those healthy bacteria that we all need in our intestinal systems, and so they help you digest your food and helps improve your immune system and all kinds of things like that. So you also have raw carrots in there, so that's another good thing. Are you putting ginger in there too? So
there's ginger and garlic. Yeah.
Yeah, those are both good for your digestion as well, and anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory.
So the more you eat, the better it is.
I suppose so. Probably helps you digest the meat, because some people have difficulty digesting meat, so you're having it with pork today, so it'll help to digest that. Yeah.
Okay, so so eating the raw vegetables help you to digest and help help your body to absorb better the nutrients and
and then the fat from the meat will also help you to digest, to absorb the nutrients that are in the vegetables, which that's a reason why people should not choose no-fat salad dressing when you eat a salad. You need some fat in there to help your body absorb those nutrients.
So I've been eating right all this time.
You have.
and fat gives it the flavor too.
Yeah, and it helps you to feel full so that you don't overeat later on. So
that may be my problem, is eating too much of it.
Maybe, I don't know.
All right, Rob, I'm going to get you to shred some carrots here, and this is just getting into little sticks there, okay? And we keep doing that. I'm going to chop up some ginger here.
So Rob, that tool you're using is everybody's favorite. Every time we have that on the show, people are asking, Jed, where'd you get that?
Yeah, you get it at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ginger is good for digestion.
Yeah. It's anti-inflammatory, and it sort of helps to calm your digestive system. You know, if you have If you're feeling kind of nauseated for whatever reason, it can help to calm it down, but it helps you to digest your food as well.
Is that why when you sometimes go to the hospital, they give you ginger ale to calm your nerves?
That's the idea. Yeah, I don't know how much ginger is in ginger ale nowadays. But
Probably very little, right?
Yeah,
but it
flavor.
does the job, right?
Yeah.
So ginger, I put ginger also in chai tea. It makes that really nice flavor and calming tea to drink and help digest.
Yeah, and it's great if you have a cold too. It somehow warms you and helps you feel better.
Okay. So I got some chopped up garlic and ginger here, which I'm going to throw into 2 dishes, the pork and the salad. Now we're going to make bean sprout salad as well. Bean sprout is also high in fiber.
Yeah, there'd be fiber in there because it's a vegetable, yeah.
And calorie of 0.
Yeah, pretty much. There's not much in there.
So we call those Chinese noodles sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
without the carb.
They're mung beans, right?
Mung
Is that
beans,
what they
yeah,
are?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow,
what-
great job. Look at that. Not only can teach, she's also shred carrots too. So,
It's on my resume.
yeah. Okay, that's great. So that's enough for now. So we'll put this in some of it with the bean sprout, and then we're gonna do the napa. So napa, which is a family of cabbage.
Yeah, cruciferous. Yeah.
Okay, and we're gonna use. Now kimchi normally takes at least a day to make to let it ferment, but today we can actually do some shortcut, a very quick kimchi that we're gonna do. So some carrots there. Now I'm just gonna cut this. Chop it up in finer pieces and just let it sit while we do the meat stuff in a bit. So we're going to put in a little bit of garlic and ginger. Okay.
So this one you're going to eat right away, but if you let that sit, will that ferment, or do you need a different recipe?
It does ferment more, and the traditional way the Korean probably do it with rice flour, and the rice flour in there will help it ferment. So I'm using cider vinegar to help gives us the same flavor. Okay, a little bit of sesame oil and Frank hot sauce. Now this is again, we're giving it the same taste without having to do a really long process. It's almost like a cheating way of doing kimchi. And some sugar in there. Okay, and then fish sauce gives it that the savory flavor. So we have fish sauce, sugar, sesame oil, and Frank hot sauce in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna give it a toss and let it sit to let the flavor in. And then for the bean sprout salad, we will do a little sesame oil, pretty much the same thing, except it's not. This one is not hot. A little bit of pepper and salt. Now, Korean use a lot of scallion in their recipe, so I'm just going to chop some in there. So Rob, do you do a lot of cooking at home?
Barbecuing.
Barbecuing.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll do some recipe for you to take home today, and you can use it for barbecuing. Okay. So we're just going to mix this up and then let it marinate, and then it's put in the fridge and it's ready to go. So when we come back from the break, we'll cook some bulgogi pork, Korean barbecue pork. All right, we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to Simply Cooking with Jack. Cooking with me today is Rob Richard. So we're gonna make some bulgogi pork. All right. So here's the pork, a compliment of Foodland. They slice all the pork for you, and actually, if you ask the butcher department, they will actually do a lot of stuff for you custom. So it's really flexible to work with. So I got some thin sliced pork here. So I'm gonna do some marinade for the pork. We'll have ginger and garlic and green onions, a little bit of chili, soy sauce, sesame oil, and a little bit of sugar. Okay, so I'll just put some chili in there. Okay, go ahead. Throw some ginger and garlic in there. Okay, and soy sauce, so you can mix this up.
You're using
Soy
low
sauce?
sodium soy, right?
Low sodium soya, yes. So that is less sodium in that. And then sesame oil. And I got a hot pan here. So Rob, we can barbecue this, eh?
Sounds good, smells good.
And some sugar. Now pork doesn't take too long to cook, right? So contrary to a lot of the old thinking that we have to cook pork to death. So pork actually you can eat it medium well. Now ground pork you have to cook it right through. But pork chop, sliced pork you can cook it. You don't have to cook it like all the way. Medium is fine. Okay, so it'll be nice and juicy. Look at that, that's really nice. So I got a pan heated up a medium high here. Now grapeseed oil, Paulette, we're going to use as a higher
Higher smoke point.
smoke point, okay?
Your pan's already smoking, but that's not the oil. So because it has a higher smoke point, it won't burn as quickly as other oils will. Because anytime you burn or overheat an oil like, say, olive oil, it actually damages it and it creates free radicals, which are linked to heart disease and cancer, that kind of thing. So grapeseed oil has a high smoke point,
Okay.
so you can cook it at high heat. And it also has lots of vitamin E in it. So,
Vitamin E is good
Yeah.
for your...
well, it's an antioxidant, a really powerful antioxidant. So antioxidants are those things that fight free radicals.
Okay, so
So-
here, Rob, let's do this. We'll just hang frying this. Go ahead.
So would you use the same cut of pork if you were barbecuing it?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely. And the thinner it is, the quicker it is, right? So for this particular recipe, you can use any kind of pork as long as you cook it the way you want it, the doneness, right? The medium well or well done or whatever you like. And we'll just pour everything in there. Okay. So here, see this? Now we're gonna give it a nice sear. And this recipe is, again, is very quick and easy to do. It almost has a similar to teriyaki taste to it. It's actually very similar to it. So this, we're going to serve it up with the kimchi salad and then the bean sprout salad. And it's a very nice and healthy, you can throw some carb in anything with rice if you like. Korean eat a lot of rice, sticky rice and regular rice. And, oh, I can smell this right now.
Smells good.
And I'm salivating here. And now, the niceness about not having a lot of carb is carb stores as sugar.
Yeah, well, carbs break down in your body as sugar.
Yeah.
And so the thinking right now is that we eat far too many carbs. They're still important. Your brain needs sugar for energy, but too much of our diet is especially processed carbs, like anything that you buy in the grocery store that's already baked, or even bread, pasta, all that kind of stuff. It's really high in carbohydrates. Vegetables are carbohydrates too, so you can still get that carbohydrate sugar from eating fruits and vegetables. So it's a good idea to kind of limit those bread carbs. Yeah.
And you have mentioned before, it's okay to have a little bit of fat on there. It gives it flavor, and also
it helps to keep you full or satiated so you don't overeat later. It helps to regulate your blood sugar, because if you eat carbs, if you eat too many carbs, your blood sugar can go up and down and that kind of thing. So yeah, in my opinion, it's a good idea to have animal protein and fat in your diet and limit the carbs. So.
Right. So this is done. This is done. It's actually like perfectly done now. So we're going to turn off the stove. Okay. So we're going to take a break pretty soon here. That when we come back, we can plate it, and then Paulette is going to do a really quick dessert. It's really yummy. I'm going to keep you in suspense for that. So we're going to eat more meat, eat more fat. Well, not more fat, but we'll play a lot of basketball.
Sounds good.
All right. When we come back, we'll taste the bulgogi, and then the kimchi salad, and then the bean sprout salad. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to Simply Cooking with Jed Long and Paulette Kidd. And Rob, Richard, we have done the salads, kimchi, the bean sprout. And we're going to plate it right now. And this is really yummy salad here. And kimchi. I had a little taste just now during the break. It actually tastes really awesome.
The smells in here are so...
No, that was just me.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so the pork here, or the bulgogi pork. And now this is a really nice, healthy salad. This is all for me, by the way. You guys are not getting any. Yeah. Okay. So that's our lunch here. And well, the bulgogi pork, kimchi salad, and the bean sprout salad. And it looks good.
It looks
All right,
excellent.
so Paulette's going to come now and I'm going to show you a really quick dessert. All right. So Paulette, come on down and we'll get your dessert stuff while I eat away.
So we're going to make something with bananas here. We're going to make sort of like a banana lasagna. And we have some dark chocolate here and some marshmallows. Now normally nutritionists don't recommend you eat marshmallows, but we're just going to use a little bit. And I always tell people it's not healthy eating is not all or nothing. Like you need to enjoy your food. So it's okay to have a little bit of this forbidden stuff every once in a while. So I'm going to get you maybe to cut the banana for me. You want to do that?
Yep.
So I think what we'll do is we'll cut it lengthwise. Let's get rid of this here. So just maybe down like that. We're going to layer it with chocolate and marshmallows. Yeah, that's good. You can cut it any way you want, really. Did you have a thought on that?
Oh, we have the oven preheated too.
Yeah, I actually have the broiler ready to go. So, and maybe we'll do this one too. Maybe that.
So it's almost like a banana lasagna.
Yeah, exactly. This would be really great with ice cream too. So next time we should. You can make a really great ice cream with bananas, frozen bananas. Have you ever tried that?
I've heard of it, but
It's
I've never
really
tried
good.
it.
So what we'll do is we'll just sprinkle some marshmallows and chocolate on there. So if you want to do the chocolate, I'll do the marshmallows. And then we're just going to stick it under the broiler for a couple minutes just to get everything to melt.
Now we can do this over campfire if we wrap it in.
Wrap it in tin foil, sure. That would be good.
This is for Jed, right? So.
Oh,
This is all for
if
me.
he's not sharing his meat, I'm not sharing this. Okay, that looks good. So we'll stick that in there. So as I said, we're using dark chocolate. So there's some heart benefits to that too, and so that would be, this is kind of a healthy dessert, except for the marshmallows in there. So I just wanted to ask you about your coaching with the wrestling team, because you have something coming up at Notre Dame.
We have a wrestling camp in August 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Yeah. So what do you guys do there? Because I know you had asked me about talking about nutrition, but what else do you do?
Because nutrition is a huge factor with wrestling, with our wrestlers. going on diets, maybe crash diets, maybe a little bit too often.
Yeah.
And so it's important for them to get the proper nutrition throughout the year and not just
Right.
in season.
And you said they go on these diets because they want to stay within the weight range. Can you explain that a bit?
Yeah, wrestling categories go about every 5 kilograms, so about every 10 pounds. So you never want to be on the bottom. So you always want to be on the top. So if you're wrestling at 55 kilograms, you always want to be 54, 55. So if you're wrestling at 52, you might want to drop a few pounds to get down to 50.
Yeah.
So,
So then the wrestlers like basically starve themselves so that they get it to that.
well, the coaching staff, we try to keep on top, so that way we're informed as to what our wrestlers are doing,
Yeah.
because it's a huge problem.
Right. So you'll talk about that when they have this workshop, and what
Yeah.
else do you just work on wrestling techniques?
Yeah, we work
and-
on techniques and setting up plans for the upcoming year and stuff like that. We
Yeah.
have an Olympian coming to perform with our athletes for a couple hours.
Yeah. Oh, neat.
Yeah.
That's good. So it's a weekend event?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's starting to melt. I think we just need a couple more minutes. So have you done this before, or is this a first?
This will be our second annual one. So
Yeah.
last year was the inaugural wrestling camp that we did. It was fairly interesting.
Yeah.
It was my first time getting back into wrestling since I was in high school.
Yeah. So how many kids do you get out to these?
We had probably about a dozen last year, which is fairly good considering we don't really advertise. It's all pretty much word of mouth. And this year, the club, we were probably close to 25 kids. Most of them came from our high school and the elementary side.
Oh, okay.
And this year, I would expect after, like, the kids kind of see the other kids getting going and how they like it. So we'll probably be maybe closer to 30, 35,
Oh,
hopefully.
wow.
Yeah.
So what age range?
We go from grade 1 all the way up to grade 12.
Oh, wow.
They don't practice all at the same time,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Hey Rob, do they do sumo wrestling?
that's
I
all.
will fit that category.
We need a torch. That's what we need, just to brown the marshmallow.
Oh, it's
So-
already melted. Okay.
Yeah, it is melting, but
Yeah.
we need.
That looks really yummy.
It does. I'm going to use this and just scoop it over here. So you see the chocolate's melting and the marshmallows are hot. So
some ice cream will look really good
It
on
would,
it.
wouldn't
Will
it?
taste really yummy on it.
Yeah.
Or some
so
low-fat frozen yogurt.
So big.
Yeah.
Not.
So,
Okay.
can you grab me another plate from over there, please?
So we've got the kimchi here and the bulgogi pork and the salad, bean sauce salad. And so the next, I guess we'll have to taste test it.
You're going to share?
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so to recap what we did today, so we got the ginger and garlic and green onions, soy sauce, a little bit of sugar in the pork with a little bit of hot sauce, and some sesame oil in there, soy sauce, salt and pepper in the bean sprout salad. And kimchi, we have pretty much the same ingredients as the pork, except we add some Frank hot sauce in there. Now, spicy sauce is also good for digestion as
Yeah,
well, right?
boost your metabolism too.
Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta eat a lot of that. Okay, so, and then I just want to thank you for coming on the show, Rob, and Paula giving some really insightful nutritional information. And thank you, Foodland, as well, for all the food provided for sponsored by Foodland, and Sears for providing all the appliances. So it's all about local community here, local flavors, local community, and local people like you and I. So thank you for watching Simply Cooking with Jed.